In five, four, three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Oka Cast. I'm your host and your best friend, Alan.
And I'm your other host, Chau. So, it's been a while again. Welcome back, guys. Holy shit.
We've been
We
doing
in for
sort of
another
like
episode.
long breaks.
It has been a minute,
You've just
but
been busy with classes and looking at houses and stuff.
yeah, that last episode that I had to edit, I had like put it off for like 2 weeks because I was studying for the biochem exam.
Mm-hmm.
That took forever. And then after that, I had to write a paper for my other class after that. So I was like, it's a lot of time. So it was very hard for me to find time in between, but it's just a lot of stuff that's happening too. We missed so much stuff that we could have talked about within that time period. Like first, at the beginning of the year was the Capitol riots. The last thing we talked about was the election. No, I lied. Yeah, it was December. It was not the election. It was about COVID.
I feel like we talk a lot about like what's going on in the world right now, and
Hmm.
it's like kind of bleak. So I wanted to like shift what we're talking about a little and like talk about more hopeful stuff. Like maybe let's talk about the future, like what we have planned for the upcoming year.
Hmm.
Because I know we weren't able to talk about our New Year's like resolutions and stuff and New Year's goals since we
Hmm.
missed January completely. So I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about it in this episode. Like, all right, what are our aspirational things? Like, what are our goals for 2021?
That's a good question. I actually didn't really take time to think about that. But I guess some like small goals, I would say. Just I don't know if I can like it's not gonna be a long-term goal, but more of a short-term goal for me is to finish school at least this year. I should be getting my bachelor's, but
I mean,
for
you guys are looking at
aspirations,
houses, right? Isn't Do you think that's within the next year or no?
I would say it's probable within the next year. With housing right now, it's hard to say when's a good time to buy a house because
Mm-hmm.
right now all the house prices are really inflated due to the low rates for mortgage loans right now. So we don't know what if how long this is gonna be, or if we're buying a house at a really high price
Right.
for that reason. There's a lot of supply and demand, and right now the demand's really high and the supply is really low. So that's why all the prices are so high right now for any houses. And houses are getting offers within like 2 days of being put on the market
That's crazy.
in one day. And yeah, it's been daunting the housing hunt because we're not the only ones for sure, and anything that comes up is like bought immediately. So we lost like two houses already that we put offers on. It does take it's kind of like an emotional tax on you.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of hits you because we were looking at this one house, we really liked it, and we went even above a little bit above asking price for it, and we still lost.
Damn.
And it was like, damn, we could see ourselves living there. We liked the space. We really wanted to live in it.
You guys were
And
like
yeah,
so into it at some point. Like, dang, that's like all Tiffany and Tin have been talking about is like buying a house. You guys were
yeah,
like so deep in it. Ashley too. It was like, dang, Ashley, Tiffany, and Tin, all I could talk about is buying a house.
yeah, because it's honestly it's a really exciting thing to look forward to, you know, especially for me and Tiffany because we've lived with our parents for our whole lives. Like we've both have never moved out or anything.
Hmm.
We had our own place together, so we never have an apartment. But yeah, we're just really excited to have our own place. So buying a house is kind of like a pretty big priority for us. But I think as of right now, I think we're taking a little bit of a chill pill with that because of how the market is right now.
Right.
So I think we want to shift some of that focus into wedding planning.
That makes sense because you guys got engaged in September. And what was your timeline for that? Like married within a year after that or a couple years after that? Or was there not really
We
like a concrete plan?
It wasn't really concrete, more so in the air, but we kind of discussed that we didn't want it to be in a very long engagement, but we're kind of aiming to be within the 3 years of us getting uh, engaged.
Hmm.
So that's where we are right now with that. And I just last night I was just looking at venues, signing up for the knot.com. It's like a little website that helps you pretty much organize your wedding plans and make sure you have a checklist and helps you get everything ready, what to look out for and what to do. It's actually pretty nice. And there's also some like quizzes out there too that help you define what type of wedding you want, like what kind of feel, what kind of appearance. It's crazy. Like there's some industrial looking weddings, there's some like earthy ones with like colors and all that. It's really like customizable in a way, in a sense. But it's a very lengthy process. I'm just kind of like tipping my toes in there right now and like, holy shit, it's a lot of work. Photographers, oh my God. And it'll really help if you know, if you have people who know what they're doing already or have done it already,
Yeah.
so they can guide you on the way. That goes for as goes for everything.
If it were up to
How about
me, I would get like an event planner, but I feel like knowing Sabrina, she would want to like she really likes planning things. She would
right?
like really love it.
But like wedding, like little minute details.
Yeah, she loves
Yeah, I think that.
planning stuff. But I'm like, I'd rather have someone else take care of it.
Yeah, you take the reins. Now, would you like to have some say? I think you have to like give some input
Yeah,
to
of
it
course.
too.
Like
Yeah.
I have preferences, but I don't like planning stuff. If they came up to me and were like this one or this one, I'd be like, okay, I want that one, and then you
Right.
go order it. You go find it. You take care of the things. I just want this there. I want that there. Figure it out. You know.
Right. Honestly, though, I think you're gonna have to put some work into it too. Like you're gonna have to make some calls and really like telling people what you want and shit. But yeah, it's like stuff like that. That's just it gets very extensive. But once I feel like once that's like done, it's like a nice thing to get off your shoulders and nothing to worry about from there. And you just start thinking about the next thing. Oh my God, am I gonna have kids now or what? But yeah, all these life,
It's like one thing after another.
right? So what are your prospects on like buying a house? Do you see yourself buying a house anytime soon or later down the road?
I doubt anytime soon, but that's definitely something like I have thought about. Like I have thought about like what I would want in a house, you know, like but no like real concrete steps into like looking into it yet, you know. But I know
Hmm.
I want like certain things to be there, like big yard, houses
Yeah,
that are like further apart away.
what are your big priorities in a house? Like what do you when you look at when you think of your own house, like what are the main priorities? Sometimes in a way, you do have to give up certain things just so you can have room for other
For
things.
sure.
Like for example, for me, I like a big driveway. Growing up in Upper Darby, there was like barely any parking. That shit irked the shit out of me.
You know, what
Ever since
really
I moved up,
like I've thought about a lot the last couple of months. Since we had a lot of snow, I was like, man,
uh
I do not want a big driveway.
that's true. That's the only downside of it. But having parking
True.
for like 300 days of, I guess 300 and like 40 days of the year, I'd
You know
rather
what?
have
That's
parking.
that's very true because the parking situation at my house is not great, and then parking situation at Sabrina's is I feel like even worse than my house. My house you have to find street parking, which is annoying, but Sabrina's you have to move your car every 2 hours, and that
Yeah.
irritates me so much.
Yeah, man. That shit fucking sucks.
Ugh.
Parking is a big deal. Like location wise too. Like the biggest thing, I thought it was kind of weird at first, but my parents told me like, all right, if you want to tour this house, you have to drive to the house first. But look on the outside. Look at the
Yeah,
streets. Drive around there to see if you like the neighborhood. And I'm like, huh, I don't understand it. That's like so much work. And then because when I finally like saw a house that I saw on the app, I was like, all right, let's test drive this. I because the house looked really nice. The inside had a lot of space, had a backyard and all that good stuff in the house. But when I drove to the house, it was like right next to a cemetery.
oh shit.
The house was facing a cemetery, and it was behind another house that you had to like go through this really bad road. It was like, all right, I see what they mean now. Like it does.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You
like a
do
nice
have
house on the outside. You just roll up and it's like in the middle of like the ghetto.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's really important for you to check out the outside of the house because I don't want to live on a busy street for one, too. Like if you live on a busy street, you're always gonna hear cars passing by,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be hard for you to get into your driveway if there's a lot of traffic going around.
When you
Which is
said
kind of
that,
like,
the first thing that popped into my head was Philip's parents' house.
yeah,
That road is so busy.
exactly. That's another thing you gotta think about, Like, is there street parking or do you have to like find parking elsewhere on a nearby local street? It's like those small things add up. Like
Hmm.
you think about it. So you gotta take all that into consideration and then
Like you might think like, oh, I could probably live with that, but like the more you have to deal with it, the more you're like, this is so annoying. Like at
Mhm.
first I was like, oh yeah, I can just move my car every 2 hours. It's no big deal. Now I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Exactly.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh man.
Sometimes I just leave it
Yeah,
and I just hope for the best. I'm like, all right, let's gamble.
yeah. Let's take.
No one's gonna ticket me today.
It's snowing today. They're not gonna be walking around in
Yeah,
snow, right? Like you're trying to find reasons to not like do it, to not be required. But yeah, like the small things like that you would never thought of comes to like light crazy. Like I would like a big yard, but I know having a big yard entails having to do a lot of yard work.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm
You
up to
already
that.
have a pretty sizable yard at your
Yeah,
parents' house now.
that's why I don't want a big yard anymore.
True.
And it's nice. It is really nice to have, but it's a lot to maintain. So it has its ups and downs. Like you have to really think about that stuff too. But yeah, I didn't. Ever since I started buying a home, I never thought about this stuff until then. It's a learning process.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, and whenever you get to that point, I'll let you know.
I think driveway is definitely like the more I think about it, the more appealing that is to me. Like street parking is very annoying.
Hmm.
And then even if I just have like one parking spot, I still feel like it's not enough. Like a small driveway, it's not enough.
Like I feel like my house, I think Sean's house has a pretty nice driveway as well. They can fit like 4 cars.
Yeah.
Phil's driveway is not bad, but it's just on a really busy street. That's the only issue.
Hmm.
That's really hard to get into as well. Having a big driveway has been a big game changer for me. I never have to like drive around and look for local parking or anything or street parking. Especially in areas where everyone has a driveway
Hmm.
and there's no cars on the street and you can still park in the street for free, it's like nice. Ever since I moved to my house now, that's the one thing I value most. Driving to Tiffany's, like, damn it, dude. They do have a driveway, but you can only fit 3 cars, and it's a really awkward position
That street is
driveway.
busy too. The one in their backyard.
Yeah, yeah. They're both like their back and front are pretty busy, I would
Yeah.
say. It's a part of a big local busy street.
Intersection.
Yeah. They live in a corner house too, so shit like that. The next thing I would like from my house is not really necessary, but it makes me feel good about a house. But like high ceilings, oh my
That's
gosh. It
true.
just make like even though the space is the same, having a high ceiling, in my opinion, makes the room feel much bigger because it just you don't feel as like
Yeah.
as claustrophobic in a
That's how I
way.
feel
It
about
just
like open floor plans. I like being able to like see everything all at once makes it feel a lot bigger.
Tiffany was showing me this how painters use paint to make the room feel even more longer.
Mm.
But like it's how they do it, it's like painting the ceiling and the floor like a little darker, but like having the sides of the side walls like a little lighter. There's like different ways to make the room feel more elongated
Oh,
than it
one
really
thing
is.
that I like recently, I never thought about it before. A big kitchen, I was like, I don't really need that. I don't
Mm,
really cook, but starting this year, I started cooking a lot more, and I'm like, dang, I need a kitchen island. I want like big ass cutting boards. I want like gas fire stoves.
yes, I hear you, dude. Because kitchen is also a really important part. For kitchen to us is actually one of our top priorities as well. The big things we're looking for, I'm looking for driveway and kitchen. Maybe I don't know. I'm on the fence about a master suite bathroom, a
Really?
master bathroom.
I feel like that would
Yeah,
be pretty nice.
having my own master bathroom is like a plus plus for me. So that's like priority for me as well, and a large basement. I could sacrifice bedroom space for a bigger basement,
Okay,
a big kitchen that's connected to the living room with an open area. Everything open.
true. Because I don't think I'm spending a lot of time in my bedroom that much. Like, it's there to sleep.
Hmm.
I feel like we're gonna spend most of our time in the living room, kitchen, dining room.
Hmm. I feel like the way that I would structure my house differently than I would here at home or with my parents is I would actually have all my like entertainment things out in like the living room area
Hmm.
and be more open instead of having my own computer and TV in my own room, kind of do my own thing. Whereas I'll be actually doing my own thing out in the open instead of an office space, I guess. Depends. Yeah, buying a house is exciting. And then you also to figure out whether or not you want to like buy like a turnkey home where everything is already renovated, it's
Hmm.
move-in ready, but you pretty much have to pay a little more expensive price versus you doing like a fixer upper, like finding like a house that's kind of like that needs updating. Like there's pros and cons to both. Like one's already done and like you pay a little more, it's ready for you. But doing a fixer upper, you can make it the way you want it to be.
Right.
Like you structure the house the way you want it to be using the materials, like what kind of like theme you want to go for. You'll definitely feel at the end of it when you finally get to the end And you look back, you're like, wow, I feel really happy about this house. Like you
Hmm.
don't like, it feels like your baby pretty much.
Do you feel like things are gonna get better and we're gonna be able to like get back to going outside and going back to restaurants and like do you think that's a 2021 thing or do you think we're gonna go into 2022?
That's really hard to say because I feel like vaccines won't be available for the general public until springtime. But so far, from what I've read from like articles and stuff, it has been proven pretty successfully. It's been successfully like warding off the virus. I read a report that there's a lot since the healthcare workers at a nursing home facility has been getting their vaccine shots.
Hmm.
It has dramatically reduced the amount of infection rates there.
Were you were you vaccinated during our last episode?
I think I had the first dose.
Obviously fully vaccinated now.
Yes, I'm fully vaccinated now. I carry the antibodies.
Yeah, I was my first shot was in January and then my second shot was beginning of beginning of February.
Damn. Did you get any side effects for the second shot? I know you had some side effects for the first shot.
Dude, I was knocked out for the second dose.
Oh,
I was laid up
God.
in bed. I was like, uh. My aches weren't that bad. It was the chills that really got me. I was like trying to huddle up in bed. I was like,
Oh no. Did you have a fever at all? At all?
maybe a little bit.
Bro, Tiffany got the first dose. She got wrecked. Like she was like debilitated. I would say debilitated, but she was like, oh. I was like, Tiffany, you okay? No. I was like,
I had really, I did
what?
have really bad headache too both times. I mean, it's
Damn.
people who had it that have worse side effects from the vaccine.
Yeah. She had a fever. She just felt tired. She's like slept throughout the whole day. But I was like, one time I was in the kitchen just cooking breakfast, but she was already upstairs sleeping in the room.
Hmm.
And her mom comes, it was like seven, like 6 or 7 in the morning. Her mom comes down and then she's like, Tiffany's pretty sick, huh? I was like, oh yeah, I should go check up on her actually.
You're just like,
I like
doo
stopped,
doo doo, cooking
yeah,
breakfast.
I like stopped when I stopped my cooking. I like went upstairs like, hey Tiffany, you okay? She's like, I was like, what do you need? She's like, I don't know. I was like, all right, let me. I took a temperature. It was like 101 something. I was like, all right,
Damn.
let's get you some Tylenol. Get you some water, and let's move you downstairs so I can be closer to you and keep an eye on you. She
The
got
whole time
wrecked.
though, I was like telling myself, all right, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I just have to power through, and then I'll be immune to COVID.
Remember you were saying earlier, like I know the side effects. I know the side effects I would get if I got COVID, and the side effects I would get if I got the vaccine.
Yeah, I was like,
But, like,
COVID's gonna be way worse than the vaccine.
that's funny.
It was worth it. I feel a lot less anxiety when I go out now, and I feel a lot more, I don't know, just like secure. Like, wow, like I'm immune now. Like, I still want to be careful. I still want to like wear my mask and take all the precautions and stuff. But
Mhm.
there's a lot less anxiety, you know?
Right, right. Because you have like a little, guess away immuno shield in front of you, like a hypothetical immuno shield. But I feel you on that. Like, I don't want to take advantage of it, but it does. You do feel like it's nicer to be able to do a little more things with that less anxiety, you know.
Yeah, because I was like paranoid before.
But as soon as the whole general public gets their vaccines, we should be on the. Oh, going back to your question, I do hope to think that we are going back to normal, like at least close to normal. I feel like masks are going to be here to stay
Hmm.
regardless. It's going to be at least around to stay enough to the point where we have very 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 few infection rates like the flu, for example. Well, not flu. Flu is pretty fucking contagious still, but I guess down to a very minuscule rate, you know.
Right. I think masks are gonna stay for sure. There's unintended side effect of wearing masks all the time is that I'm very paranoid about like because I'm a mouth breather, so there's a lot of like steam and my mask gets kind of wet. So I tend to
Oh,
wash my face a lot more, and my skin has gotten a lot better since because I wash it so
that's good.
much.
Right.
I was like,
Also, because
hmm,
like the mask also like kind of does it absorb the oil in your face or something, or spread it around? I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it spreads it around, so
Yeah.
I get paranoid. So I've been washing my face a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like that's like another factor to it because a lot of nurses at work, their faces are like breaking out because of
Mm.
the mask that we have to wear, the N95 mask. It does not feel good, but it's nuts, yeah. But hopefully we go back to normal though. That's my 2021. I it may if not 2021, then at least
Like early
2022.
2022.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too, because me and Tiffany are planning for a wedding. I was like, I wonder if we can have like more than 50 people at our wedding, kind of thing,
Mm.
you know? Like,
Dude,
would there ever
just your
be
family alone is already like 50 people.
exactly? There's so much. Like just our families alone is just enough to, break quarantine guidelines.
Yeah, because
So that's a
Sabrina and I were thinking a lot about the future, and like I wanted to travel, like get out of the country,
yeah.
and I was hoping it would happen with it by next year. Next year, as in 2022.
hmm
Like, yeah, I want to go somewhere. I'm sick of this place.
Same. It's funny that you brought that up because I was actually just looking on Slick Deals for any like flights
Right?
anywhere, just some cheap flights. And the first thing that came up was the one that that they had that yearly Tokyo one, that yearly Japan one that's
It's
like
like
for like
500 bucks.
400, 500. Yeah, 400 to $500. And it's going on from it's for the dates of September to November, which is like probably the worst COVID times. Anyways, but I was like, oh shit, this deal's up. Then I was like, is Japan even open for travel right now? Let me
Yeah,
just Google this shit real quick. So I started Googling it. I was like, Japan is not open for travel. I was like,
yeah,
ah,
of
God,
course.
I don't like what's the point of having this deal? They can't even travel there.
I wanted to go to Korea. Korea was like
No
on
way in
top of their
hell.
shit though. They had like procedure where you get there and then you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Ooh, damn.
Like you have to
2 weeks.
you have to get into a hotel and then like you can't leave. You have to order all your food there and like even the delivery guy has to leave it at the door and walk away before you can like open it.
What the fuck? For real? Damn, that's nuts.
Do they like ask you to provide like proof of negative tests before you enter the country?
From what I read online, only for officials, but that they need proof of vaccination and negative test before and leaving
That makes sense to
the
me.
country. Before entering and before leaving the country. So yeah, they're pretty strict on that. As of right now, I think where we can only fly to is within the U.S. Because my coworker just went to fucking Disney World in Florida.
Oh
Just
jeez.
the past couple of weeks ago. I was like, holy shit.
I never
They
hear
let
good
you,
things about Florida on on the news
yeah, I
ever.
know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, you go to Florida?
Florida's a fucking cesspool.
That's like a
Sorry.
99% infection rate. Yeah, for real. They don't even believe, like, they don't even want to wear masks down there. But yeah, she went to Disney World, but she got, I don't know. I can't, I can't tell on behalf of her husband, but she was vaccinated already and everything. And it was her first time going to Disney World, so I guess she wanted to take the opportunity. And yeah, she and I were just talking about like we both never been to Disney World before.
I
You know?
went once uh a long time ago when I was like in middle school, I think. And I was really disappointed because we only went to the Magic Kingdom one, which is the same as
hmm
the one in California, which I've been to like 1,000 times. So we went there, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, this is it." And then later, I found out there's like 8 other parks that we could go to. I was like, "Why
Oh,
didn't we
shit.
go to any of the other parks?" And then apparently, like my mom's friend was like, "Oh, we just thought like you guys wouldn't like that stuff." I was like, "What? You don't think I would like like Animal Kingdom or fucking
Oh
uh
my god.
Epcot?" I was like, "This is you took us to fucking Magic Kingdom."
Wait, was it you went to Magic Kingdom like for 1 day or for the whole week?
We only went for one day,
Ah, okay. But
but
here, like it's
we were there for a while, like, in Florida. It was just that we were visiting my mom's friend, and they were like, "Oh, like what should we do for the kids?" And they're like, "Oh, let's just like take a day trip to Magic Kingdom or something."
gotcha. So out of like the 7 parks that they could have gone to, you guys went to.
The one that we've been to like 1,000 times. Because
Yeah, you
California
guys should.
Disneyland
Yeah,
is the same thing as Magic Kingdom, but
right,
then
right.
there's
But
like
only Disneyland there's only Magic Kingdom there, right? There's
right,
not like multiple parks.
right,
Exactly. Okay, gotcha. Because I've been to one in California too. I was like, oh, this is it. This is like Dorney Park.
yeah, it's nice, but it's like okay, we get it. Do you have any like new hobbies for the new year?
Hobby wise, that's a great question because not really. But I've been slowly starting getting into. I think you already know about this, but like ever since we had that fucking type off the other day, now I'm finally like looking at shit in the keyboards. But I'm like just lightly, I'm lightly just switching like the switches on this
Yeah,
keyboard since it's only fully modular. But
yeah.
I was just earlier just talking to Cjin about like how later on down the road I think I might just actually buy like the parts for a keyboard and like build it from the base up.
Do
Like
like all the
build
soldering and stuff yourself?
yeah. I
Nothing
don't know about the
crazy.
soldering part, but like I don't soldering is like too advanced for me, but it's not required though. But yeah, like looping the keys and like buying keycaps and
Yeah,
find the right
my
switches.
hot swappable keyboard came in, so I can, and my keycaps came in,
Mhm.
so
Oh shit,
I'm ready.
nice.
I'm just waiting
You see, like,
for switches, and then I'm waiting for the lube so I can lube my switches.
true, true, true. I'm waiting for the switches to come in and the loop as well. Yeah, we pretty much have every other part and the switch opener.
I'm like
But
tempted to just like plug it in now and use it, and just, and then when the lube comes, I'll just okay. Then I'll switch it out, and then I'll lube it when it gets here. I'm so
yeah,
whenever you buy new stuff, you always want to open it right away and like use it or put it on or whatever.
right. It's like an
That's how I
early
am with
Christmas gift.
clothes. Whenever I go shopping at the mall or something, as soon as I buy it, I'm like, I can't wait to go home and like put it on.
Yeah, right.
Back in the day when I buy shoes, I would just switch out my new shoes, put them on, and put my old ones in the box, and walk out of the store with my new shoes on.
That's hilarious. I thought you meant you did that at home. You just put your old shoes. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty normal. When I buy new clothes, sometimes I have to like find the appropriate setting to like wear them in. I was like, damn it, dude. Like, I want to wear this out, but like, I have to figure out an occasion where we have to go out. Maybe I should just plan something so that I can wear this to that
Yeah,
event, you know?
yeah.
Like, let me plan a hangout just so I can wear the shirt so they can show it off to everyone in my new shirt, you know?
One time I bought my friend and I bought blazers, and then we were like, damn, we're never gonna be able to wear these. When should we like? We gotta figure out a time to put them on. We took a trip to Chicago, and I was like, hey, dude, this is a perfect time. We're walking around Chicago. We can wear our blazers. he's like, he's like, hell yeah.
Yes.
And then we like got into the
That's
city, and then it was the trip with Ashley and Sabrina. It was me and
Mhm.
my friend Ashley and Sabrina, and we were like, okay, guys, take pictures of us, and we were like posing in the park, like photo shoot, blazers
Yeah,
on.
why not, man? Take advantage of the opportunity. Tiffany bought me a like a trench coat for Christmas
Oh
because I
shit.
asked for it, but I've yet gotten like had a chance to use it. You know, there's no like formal setting for me to wear it yet, and it's been pretty fucking cold lately. So I like my parka is like the best the best choice for the time being. But yeah, I'm still looking for a day to wear that out because it fits me really well. That that trench coat. But I was just thinking earlier, aside from hobbies, I kind of realized that I'm not very good. I'm not sure if I talked about this before. I'm not very good at giving gifts to people.
Yeah,
Like
you
that's
talked
not my
about it
love
on the
language.
last episode.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
Oh shit. I
you just
really
like,
hope that
have you been keeping up with that? Like, are you still like buying gifts for like or random gifts for people?
a little bit, but I still have like Claudia's. I still have Claudia's gift from like last year,
Oh,
her
shit.
last birthday.
the
I still
the
have it. It's just
cookbook.
sitting in the fucking corner of my room. Yeah, the cookbook exactly. And like, I mean, I've been buying people stuff here and there, but I feel like I've received more than I've been giving out.
Hmm.
And I don't want, I just, like, in the back of my mind, I just really hope people don't take things the wrong way, that I don't like care about them or anything. It's just that this is like, I'd rather do something for them than to buy them something, you know?
That's understandable.
And I'd rather be hanging out with them than than not be hanging out with them and try to look for a gift for them or something. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like,
I
my
mean,
time with them is more important to
yeah,
me
like,
than
and a gift could be like doing something for someone. That could, an act of service could count as a gift. Speaking of which, on Tiffany's birthday, you made her breakfast, and that
yes.
I count that as like part of a gift. Like, oh, that's because you're
Oh, really?
giving something, you're doing something for someone.
I counted that as an act of service.
Yeah, I mean, an act of service can be a gift.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of cooking, Do you feel like that's going to be something that you're going to get into this year? Because I mean, you're doing pretty good. That was pretty good breakfast. Not gonna lie.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's a very simple breakfast to make, especially with that when we made chocolate covered strawberries. I felt
Right.
like I
Right. We
was
make chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's Day.
right. I felt like I was doing really well with that too. So I think in a way, cooking, I should be working on cooking more. I just don't have the motivation for it, to be
Mm.
honest. You know, although I do enjoy making something, I think what really stops me from cooking is just like the tediousness of going out to buy all the ingredients and like prepping. It's
Hmm.
just like I want to be able to make it, but I don't want to deal with all the like the hefty work,
Yeah.
the the back burner work.
I love cooking. I hate cleaning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's doing cleaning.
And then you're just like standing there washing the dishes. You're like, man, I really wish I had a dishwasher.
That's funny. You know what blew my mind? I never knew how a dishwasher worked until I met Tiffany's. And when I went to Tiffany's house, like at my old house in my back in Upper Darby, we had a dishwasher, but all it ever served was as a dish rack, a drying rack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we would hand wash the dishes, put them on the dish rack in the dishwasher, and then just let it dry from there.
You know, there's one at
We
Sabrina's house, but for some reason, it's like Sabrina's mom washes the dishes by hand and then
uh
puts them in the dishwasher and then runs the dishwasher. I was like, why are we
What?
washing them
Really?
twice? I was like, they're clean. You don't have to put them in the dishwasher. There's a lot of
Yeah.
steps to me.
The only reason why I thought that would be okay is if she was only wiping the excess, like excess off like the plates and
Yeah.
like stuff. But
No,
if she was like,
She
if
washes
she
it
was
clean.
hard scrubbing,
Yeah, she
if she
cleans
was
them.
hard scrubbing them, okay, then that's a different story. But if she was just like, you know, using a fork and just cleaning off the excess, like pasta or whatever, like little food particles, then and then she puts it in, then I understand that. However, if she's like hard scrubbing it, like down to the detail, minute detail,
Mhm.
and then dishwashing it, maybe the idea that it's getting dishwashed it kind of helps to
Yeah.
makes gives it 100% a better clean feel to it.
That's why I love my cast iron because I love cooking in it and then I barely have to do any cleaning. I'm like,
Right.
fuck yeah, I'm done. Put it away.
Clean with water, that's old news. Clean with oil now.
I will rinse it with water. If there's like stuck on bits, I will like take a chainmail scrubby thing, get the
Mhm.
excess off, wipe it dry. But I haven't like actually washed it in months.
That's how you season it, right? How about you? Any hobbies that you picked up or
I feel like I'm falling down a rabbit hole with this keyboard thing. I've been trying to like reel it in
Mhm.
because there's so much there's so much you can do with it. There's like changing the visuals of it itself, like the aesthetic, like change the colors of the keys, change like like some keyboards have like they don't have the words printed on it. It's like printed on the side and it's all like
right
ooh, like that's kind
on
of
the
sleek, kind
keypad?
of
Yeah,
minimal. And then you can like change the switches, so like how it sounds when you press it and like how much pressure you need to put. There's like RGB if you want it. I was like, dude, there's so much.
there's a lot of options.
I've been trying to
Or
like
I feel like
reel it in, All right, focus.
yeah, just take it in small strides. Just figure out what's important to you. It's what's great about it is that you can have a collection of keyboards.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's you could collect this. Honestly, I've seen people with like displays of just like all the keyboards that they made with different keycaps and all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Just like, okay, today I want a quiet keyboard. And then today I want loud clicky clacky.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever you feel suits you.
I'm starting to lean away from the clickiness. I think that used to be like really desirable back when like I first made my computer. I was like, man, I really want like the tactile feel of it, the mechanical keyboard, click,
Mhm.
click, click. But now I'm like really annoyed by the sound. I'm just like typing and just like, I'm like, oh God, shut up. Now I just
From
want
your
like,
from your own key clicks.
yeah, because especially since I started practicing typing, it really started to like annoy me. So
Mhm.
I want like a quieter keyboard.
Something more dull sounding instead of
Mhm.
a sharp click, more like a dull like press. I feel you on that. that's funny because you brought it up because that was how it was for whenever you know how my computer at Tiffany's house like right behind Brandon's,
Hmm.
and he used to have like a blue switch keyboard which is like really loud, clacky,
Yeah.
tactile ones. It would annoy almost everyone in the house. Like anyone who's sleeping on the couch are like, "What the?" It's like, Brandon, what is that noise? It's like, "Oh, that's my keyboard." It's like, "Can you stop that?" It's like, "I can't. It's my keyboard." Like I have to. Like he's playing like I don't know, like a first-person shooter, and
Hmm.
he's like click 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 click, and just like constantly going off. I'm like, damn, this. Whew, it's like piercing. It's like piercing noise that you have to like endure.
What really started to get to me was when I'm playing games with other people and I would pick it up like their mic would pick it up and we would all hear it on the Discord chat. And
Yeah.
it's just like, bro, can you move your mic or something, please?
Or push a talk or something.
Or
Shit.
press your keys softer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like that's an annoying trait to get rid of, to hear, to endure. Oh my god. But yeah, do you have any aspirations for 2021?
Mostly just to get outside again. I really want to travel,
Mm.
like, but not just travel, like, because it's easy to travel, like, just me and Sabrina. We can just get like a cab, like a room or an Airbnb that just for us.
Yeah.
But I want to travel with like everyone, you
group?
know.
Yeah.
So then we can fit like 10, 20 people in one house and not be afraid of like a super spreader event or some shit like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm really looking forward to, traveling. I also want to, I'm looking forward to, you know, just spending more time with people. Because I feel like the last, or like working back up to it, because I feel like the last year, 2020, it made me so afraid of hanging out with people that like when people invite me to stuff and it's like more than 8 or 9 people, I'm like kind of nervous. I'm like, I don't really want to go,
Yeah.
you know? So I think this year I want to work back up to wean myself back onto hanging out with people.
Right. Because I felt like
The last big thing that we did was Christmas, right? At Sabrina's house.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was there. I was like stressed. I was like literally like my pits were wet. I was like sweating so much.
Oh shit.
I was like, ugh, this is so stressful.
Oh man. Wait, how many people were there? I wasn't there for that.
It
I just heard it
was
was the girls. That's it, or more so the girls.
a bunch of people, a ton of people.
Oh really? Damn. It's definitely hard. I feel like since we can't travel out of the States, I think we can work on like traveling somewhere in the States. I want to add to my list of aspirations to go camping more, to actually like, see like a national park
Mhm.
instead of, you know,
Our last camping trip, I had so much fun.
the one in Blue Mountain,
Hmm.
or oh yeah, that was a good spot. I just recently just booked it again for beginning of May.
Nice.
So we're good. We're set to go on that end.
That same
For 2
spot
nights.
too.
That's it. That exact same spot.
Sweet.
That's a very nice spot. You know, secluded, nowhere near anyone. It's a site to ourselves, and this is such a big space too. And we have our own canopy
Hmm.
with a lot of firewood.
The only major downside for that campsite was no running water,
Yeah, we just
But-
had the 2 gallons,
Yeah.
the 2 big jugs to work with.
but that's fine.
Honestly, it hasn't been really that big of a deal for
Yeah.
me. So like,
It really was
it's
fine.
been yeah, everything was just nice about that spot. And I kind of felt bad because you guys had the fog covering
Mm.
up most of the mountains, so it was blocking most of the view. But nevertheless, though, it was still like I felt like it was still pretty good of a view.
We were so far from the porta potty though. I was like debating, like, should I shit in the woods for the first time in my life?
Yeah, why not try it out? You
Yeah.
know, it's an experience. Brandon's done it like multiple times already. He'll dig a little cat hole, and then he'll just you shit in it and you just cover it up.
There was a luggable loo there too, so you can just shit in a bucket.
True. I haven't used that yet. Apparently, Tiffany used it once and she like loved it. She like wanted to buy one herself. I was like, what?
Totally worth.
Yeah, I'd be able to try that. I want to give it a go. But yeah, that as well as I've noticed I think I talked about this before too. I'm going to repeat it again, but I haven't been taking as many pictures as much. I don't know why. Like I used to like go around my phone like tick 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 paparazzi level, you know, take a picture of every little thing. I don't know. I've noticed it, and I kind of want to ease back into doing more again. I don't know why.
Because I always like after like every event, I always look forward to a tin photo Google Photos link I'm like, okay, let me add my shit in, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think in that moment, I just start to get like, I don't, not shy, but awkward. Like,
Mm.
man, I don't know. Like, once I start to get pictures again, I'm like, why does it feel awkward to me right now just to take people's
It's like a
pictures?
little self-conscious.
Yeah, I get a little self-conscious about it. And like, I hope people don't feel awkward with me taking pictures of them. I started like second guessing myself again. I'm like getting in my head. Like, come on, like Tim, you've been doing this for so long. Why you been,
Yeah,
why
right.
you're,
I feel like we used to take so many like selfies. Like me and you, we would take selfies like, with everyone,
yeah.
and then I just we haven't done that in so long.
I'm like kicking myself in the butt for it. I'm like, that's why I've been like, yeah, that like when we're making those strawberries, I'm like, it's time to start again, dude. I forgot to make the album for that, which I'll make soon.
Oh yeah, I wish I took more photos of that. It was just I took like 10.
I think I got like about 40-ish, but I can't be camera shy no more. I just
Yeah,
gotta go for
we
it,
gotta
you know?
we gotta whip our pixels out.
Yeah, I gotta be, man, I used to not give a shit, but now I'm like getting in my head about it now. I had to like, because I know people don't care, but in my head, I'm making it seem like people care though, you know?
Yeah,
It is like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
uh,
I feel that way about literally everything. I'm like,
yeah.
I know they don't care, but in my head, I'm like, oh god,
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
probably like annoyed or something if they hate me.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like I know they don't care. If anything, they would like to have their picture taken. If any, like from what I experienced so far, people like having their picture taken. They
For
just
the
like
most
look over
part,
and
yeah.
smile.
And they'll
Yeah,
let you know,
cheese.
like, okay, no picture,
Yeah,
like,
like
no, okay,
chill.
sorry.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, they'll let me know if they don't want their picture taken, which 99 times out of 9.5 times out of 10 has like never happened. Like people have been generally okay with me taking their picture. What I don't,
How
the
many
biggest
pictures have
hurdle
you taken during quarantine? Like 2020, how many pictures did you take?
that's a great question because I don't know. I don't know. But what I was very surprised with is the fact that I was able to have enough pictures throughout 2020 for enough for our like just to show on Instagram of our anniversary for
You're like, oh,
me and
phew.
Timmy. Yeah, I was like, whoa, I guess I did take some pictures throughout 2020 for a little bit. Yeah, that's like one thing that's been on my mind too. I'm like, I need to take more pictures. Why am I so shy? I'm like, people love having their pictures taken. What I know people won't do is to ask me to take their picture.
Okay.
So I feel like it's up to me to like start just take pictures for them, take the initiative. Because if they're not gonna ask me, because they're gonna feel like they're gonna be bothering me to take the picture for them.
I feel like
Which
that's not true of me and you, though. I'm like, Tin,
yeah,
take a picture for me.
exactly.
I'm like,
I'm
okay,
always
Tin,
so
you
down to
ready to
take.
pose? I'm like, already, like,
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that Blake trip?
anyone
We
who's
were like, I was like, okay, Tin, go over there.
yeah. We can edit so many pictures out of
I was like, okay, my turn.
that. Anyone who's listening to this right now, don't be afraid to ask me to take your picture because I will take it for you, without a
We'll,
doubt.
we'll take good pictures of it.
Yeah, I'll take great pictures for you guys. I'll take any angle you need me to until you're satisfied with your product. But yeah, I need to get. That's fun. It's been on my mind. I need more pictures. Man, these days are going by quick now.
Yeah,
2020 went by quick. I can't remember any shit. I need these pictures to help me memorize everything.
we need to document our lives.
I know, for real, man. That's for.
Gotta get pictures of me while I still have hair.
Okay.
So I think Sabrina has been organizing all of the old photos that they have in their basement, and they have pictures from like the freaking like 70s, 80s, like from like when they first got to America, like Sabrina's parents and her like all the aunts and stuff. And we're just like, I was like, dang, they had to take these photos, take it somewhere, and get them developed, print them out, multiple copies, and then pass them out to everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said,
Now we can
holy
just
shit.
share an album on Google, like the link.
Right. Oh my gosh.
And there's so many. There's like shit from the 70s, and Muyi was like, "Oh, that's my ex." And we were like, "Why does Sabrina's mom have a picture of your ex?" It's so funny. And then she's like, "Oh, that's because that's Sabrina's mom's ex." I was like, "She has a picture of her ex from the 70s. Like she just kept that picture." It's crazy.
Wait, Sabrina's mom had a picture of whose ex?
She had a picture of her ex and Muyi's ex. Like it It was a picture of both of them.
Oh, but side by side.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole.
I was like, why do they have this?
That's funny. I do
What?
have pictures of my ex too, but like I don't ever like go like it's like buried deep into like my fucking closet. I was thinking about setting it on fire,
Oh shit.
but I like to look at it. I like to look at it like, wow, what a naive tin at the time. Like, bloop, lock it back into the box.
Yeah.
It was just like an old it was like an old memory box that we had when we were like going out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when we broke up, I was like, I don't want this. And I tried to give it to her, and she like gave it back to me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like left with this box of all like pictures and shit. I'm like, this is dumb.
I did have a I did have a box of old stuff from an ex. I threw it out.
Mhm.
Threw it in the garbage. I kept it for a
Was
long
it-
time. It was just like it was like letters, pictures, and like little trinkets here and there. And it was under my bed for the longest time. And I was cleaning my room. I was like, oh shit! Like, should I keep this?
Mm,
And then I decided to take pictures of it all and then throw it away.
good. That way you don't have to keep the physical copy.
Yeah, I
You
was
can
like, this-
have the digital copies instead. That's what I like now. I like how you can digitize things and then keep just kind of toss out the physical things.
Yeah, Sabrina
Although
was
it'd be-
scanning. She like using her phone to scan all the photos. Well,
Mhm.
not all, but like a lot of them. And I was like, dang, this is like how you really preserve it. Like, instead of in a
Yeah.
dusty old box in the basement, you scan it, put it online, and just have it there, safeguarded forever.
That's how you really do it. Yeah, for sure. She texted me. I was like, "Hey, thanks for telling me about PhotoScan." I was like, "Oh yeah, of course, no problem. I'm glad that you're able to utilize it. It's a nice app to use. PhotoScan, by the way, by Google. You can like scan all your photos, any like physical photos that you have, any old or new.
Dude, I'm such a Google shill. Like,
Same,
I'll
bro.
always sell Google products to people.
For real, I'm just a Google fanboy. You know what's fucking crazy? I think you already know about this, but the Google Pixel 5 is the only time where you have unlimited high quality uploads.
Yep.
I think they're getting rid of that shit for any other device after the Pixel 5. So it won't be available for like any like iPhone users or
Damn.
anything like that. Like they'll have to actually pay for storage to upload.
I tried to
photos now,
upload
but-
stuff in original quality and it was taking up storage. I saw like the bar kept getting filled and I was like, oh
It-
shit. And I had to switch it to high quality,
Yeah,
which
it
is
has to
still
be high
good though. We
quality
get
now.
unlimited. I get unlimited high quality.
Yeah, and the high quality is not bad
It's really
either.
not bad.
Like it's really not that noticeable of a difference. It's like a smaller resolution, but the quality is still like
The
pretty
only time I
very
feel like
good.
you would notice is if you were into photo editing and you were trying to like blow it up for like a big frame. You would notice. But otherwise, if you're just looking on your phone, you're like, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't look any different, to be honest. Only for like small stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna suck for a lot of people who don't have Pixel phones because they can't upload high quality anymore. Oh, they could, but it'll actually count towards their storage
Mhm.
usage. So that's a big like I don't know why would they do that. This is a big hurt to their brand. But I feel like they left it unlimited for so long now that people
Took advantage of it.
have took advantage of it, have gotten used to it too. So now they're like banking on them staying and like paying for the extra storage as a subscription. So I mean, in a way, it's a good like profiting model, but it kind of hurts your fan base in a way.
Yeah. Do you want to wrap it up?
Sure. So let's wrap it up then. At the end of every episode, we like to go into a segment called What's Up With You, where we share our, pretty much like we said earlier, like our hobbies or what we're into right now. Because, sometimes that can change. Sometimes you get into different hobbies throughout your life or phases and what shows you're watching. And if you have any recommendations or anything, you can tell us. But we like to tell you guys what we're into right now as a recommendation. So I can start off first, if anything. What's up with me right now is that I've been getting into a lot of Valorant lately. I used to play a lot of CSGO back in like CSGO and CS Counter-Strike 1.6. Back when I was like a teenager, like 12, 14 years old. And a lot of that skills, a lot of the like aiming skills from there has actually transferred over into like Valorant, and it's actually been pretty fun. Like I'm getting the same feeling that as I did when I played CS:GO with like Heop and like Tom and Tony and them, where we're like getting coming in as a 5-man team, we're like beating the other 5-man team. It's just like such a good feeling through like hard work and teamwork and
Hmm.
communication and coming out on top with the W. Even if sometimes we don't win, it's like sometimes they're really good games that like we do impressive plays and like we're just hyping each other up. We're just pretty much I was like, gassing each other up. Like, oh my god, you're such a fucking god, dude. Look, headshot his ass. Damn, nice clutch, bro. 1v4. It's like stuff like that. It's like, oh, it feels good. It feels good. So Valorant, it's a first-person shooter, team-based, 5v5. Add me. My name's Kayoshi. So what's up with you, Alan?
I don't know if I've ever talked about it on OkaCast, but I really love Wingspan. Right? I think I've talked about it before. Wingspan is a board game about making a bird sanctuary. But anyways, the thing that puts me above other people, I think, is that I made like me, my friends and I, we made a spreadsheet and we were tracking our scores and we were tracking like our score distributions, our like we were making like histograms and but then recently we upgraded our our chart and now instead of just tracking our scores, we track what birds we play, how many times those birds win. We track our win rates, how often we get first place, second place, third place, so on. There's a lot of data
Damn.
in there. And then my friend and I got really into it. We started checking out like macros. We would just put in our scores, press a button, and then it would put it into the chart, update all the charts for us, and then it will like break it down into pie charts for us to see like, okay, how much time do we spend trying to get this resource versus that resource, like, and
Right.
it just shows us like the strategies that we take when we play the game. Yeah, I'm a huge Wingspan nerd. I love
Holy
that game.
shit. Damn, that's like next level.
we have like
Like
we have
I
we have
don't
like
read.
5 or 6 spreadsheets, and it's like pivot tables and pie charts and histograms and shit.
That's how you really, yeah, that's how you know you're going hard into a game.
the thing is, like,
That's a good thing though.
the thing is, like, that game is so low stakes for me. Like, even though I'm tracking all the scores and like doing all this extra work and like really focusing on the data and stuff, I feel like the fun of it is like tracking it, more like tracking it and less of like the scores to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Right.
care if I win or lose. I just like seeing how well I'm doing or like my progression.
Hmm. The data gathering is
Yeah, that's
the
like
fun part.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna like see how like what birds are the best. What's our like play groups meta? Like what is our favorite birds that we play all the time?
That's how you should play though. I mean, that's the best way to approach a game, just by researching it, min-maxing it, you know?
Yeah, it makes you just feel
Figure out the
like a huge nerd though. I'm like, dude,
who cares?
spreadsheets, I love it.
Yeah. Who gives a shit, dude? As long as you're winning, what does it matter?
I think it really does help me though, because then I see like, oh, I did really bad this game. What did I do, and what can I do better next time?
Hmm.
And then I've been playing with like my friends who are all very good too, so it makes me better. And then when I was playing with Tiffany and Vicky, and I realized like, wow, I was seeing a lot of mistakes that people were making, and I was like, all right, these are the things that I used to do, but like from tracking my scores and tracking like my shit on the spreadsheets, it made me like, okay, and now I know like what pitfalls to avoid, and then I like destroyed them. Like I had like 30, I had like 40 more
Damn.
points than the second place person. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
You know the game like the back of your hand. That's good. I mean, that's how you approach games. You know. Good job, Alan. I wonder what your spreadsheet looks like. I started doing the same shit for Valorant too. I like made a spreadsheet to know where I had to smoke and like what to look out for.
Yeah,
And
I saw when I was on your computer. I was like, I saw the spreadsheet on the other screen.
Phil and Shijin were talking about it, how they both go like what's it called full nerd into like whatever they're into, like spreadsheets, pivot tables. The same thing you're saying right now. Like that's like the best way to like to improve at a game. They'd be the best at it, I guess. It's the data collection, dude, and it just makes you a better player overall. But so that wraps it up for episode 22 of Oka Cast. Tell if you guys have anything to say, questions, comments, criticisms, please do not hesitate to let us know. And sorry for the delay on another episode, but whenever we can, we'll put one out for you guys. to listen
Yeah.
to. But yeah, I feel like you did a good job. Till next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.